Hi students, welcome to today's online class. Today we are going to learn about e-governance, which is the last point in the classification of e-commerce model. What is e-governance? The government which is bringing all the technology, which utilizes the technology for faster and better communication to the citizens or to the customers, to the business organizations, okay, or to the employees. Let us see. E-governance means what? The emergence of information and communication technology has provided means for faster and better communication, efficient storage, retrieval and processing of data. Emergence of information and technology. This is the what you have to know. The information and communication technology. Through this only we are government is communicating in a better way to the citizens in the country. It also provides exchange and utilization of information to its users, be they individual groups, business organizations or governments. With growing computerization and increasing internet connectivity, this process has presently reached a stage where more and more users are motivated to modifying their ways of doing things in order to leverage the advantage provided by ICT. Means to equalize the advantages provided by information and communication technology, government is utilizing it in a better way. With the increase in awareness among citizens about their right and the resultant increase in expectations from the government to perform and deliver, the whole paradigm of the government has changed. See, if you see what is the purpose of using this e-governance? E-governance expands to electronic governments. E-governance means what? Electronic governance is the integration of information and communication technology in all the processes. Not only in a single process, in all the processes we will use information and communication technology with the aim of enhancing government ability to address the needs of the general public. What should be the aim of the government? Should be to address the needs of the public, right? For that only we will call a better government. The basic purpose of e-governance is to simplify processes for all, that is government, citizens, businesses, etc. at national, state or local levels. Government means at national level also who is governing, that is a government. In state level also government, in local areas also there will be a government. There has to use the ICT, okay, to better communication with the people in the area. To promote good governance, it connects the implementation of information technology in the government process and function so as to cause simple, moral, accountable and transparent governance. Means without any obstacles. Simple. Moral means what? It should provide some valuable information. Accountable means exactness and transparency without any mistakes. To provide access to government services, dissemination of information, communication in a quick and efficient manner. If you see types of e-governance here dissemination means what? Spreading of information and communication in a quick and efficient manner. If we see advantages of e-governance, improved efficiency, cost reduction and savings, time saving, better communication, facilitation between government and citizens, online access of services, less bureaucracy and e-participation. Bureaucracy means the government which is able to satisfy all the customer needs. Here the less bureaucracy and e-participation means efforts of a government will be increasing here. Less bureaucracy means what? Efforts which are put by the government for to satisfy the citizen needs is increasing. Okay. If we see some disadvantages, lack of equality in public access to the internet. See, everyone in the country is not educated, right? The educated person will only able to have the e-governance facilities. But what about uneducated? So lack of equality in public access to the internet, lack of trust and cyber crime. So every time we cannot trust on the internet. Sometimes fake websites will be provided as same as government websites. Hyper surveillance, false sense of transparency and accountability. These are the disadvantages of what? Governance. If we see types of governance, first one is government to government, government to citizen, government to business, government to employees. Let us see each and every. If we see government to government, see here government is communicating with all the four types of people. Means one is citizen, second one is government to government. It is having e-governance with all these categories. Okay, and government to employees and government to business. If we talk here government to citizen, what's happening here? Government provides services to fulfill the needs of citizens. To fulfill the needs of a citizen, government, like example, if we take, I want to take an Aadhaar card. How we will take an Aadhaar card? By approaching the website provided by the government. Okay. So that is a facility provided by the government to me. Means citizen. Next is what? Government to government. Government to government interaction among government organizations, departments and authorities. See, some government organizations will have to access to some other government organization. So in this type of communication, e-governance will be take place. Next is what? Government to employees. Like online services for employees, like services, benefits and e-learning. See, in some cases, the employees will be trained again. Means when they are recruited, after some years, they will for giving a promotion or for any other reason, they will be retrained. At that time, this e-governance will take place. Okay, next is what? Government to business. Online services for business organizations like licensing, permit, etc. Means for example, if you say, if any tenders are there, so who will have the tenders? Business organizations, right? So government has to communicate with the business organizations through e-governance. Okay, these all are the types of e-governance. If you see next, some points we can learn here. Government to government, administration, intergovernment control, distribution and monitor. Control, distribution and monitor. Okay. In a government to business, tendering and policy, enforcement, contract management, tax standards and accountability. These are the points which we can talk in a government to business. Whereas in government to consumer, we can talk about services, grievances, other functional implementations. If we talk about government to employee, in government to employee is a transaction between government and employee. It includes online conference for employees. Regarding any some issue, collector will have conference through all the MROs. It's an example, we can say. Online training for employees to implement a new policy. The employees will be trained again. So next is what? Employee information. So every employee information will be updated. Means they cadre, they will have some promotions. Everything will be maintained through what? E-governance. This is example, like example of government to employee is that training for employees. Okay, this is all about e-governance and types of e-governance. Think generally and have this all these points. Not only this, you can add additional with your own knowledge. Okay, and the next class we will see. Thank you for that.